Okay, today we are covering the first question completely. So it will have two subparts. Part A, please all of you read the question. Create a Java class called student with following details as variables, USN, name, program, you can consider it as branch and phone number. So these are the four member variables present in the class called student. And write a Java program to create n student objects and print USN, name, program and phone number of these objects with a suitable heading. So this is the first question we were having. And the second question is write a Java program to implement the stack using array and implement the operations push, pop and display function. So moving into the first part of the question, what is the name of the class? Read the question and tell me what is the name of the class mentioned in that.
Student.
Student is the class. And which all are the member variables we need to consider? For representing a single student, it was asking you to create four variables. What all are the variables?
USN name
USN
program
name
for
program phone.
Yes, USN, name, program and phone. So that are the four member variables present in the student class. And such type of n student object you need to make. That was the next part of the question is telling. And also one more thing was mentioning like what is the action you need to do on this object. That also was mentioned. The print USN, name, program and phone number. So no other actions related to the student details was asking you to do. Like in the example what we were done in the last class, like a dog class, there we were having multiple functions or multiple member functions. So instead of that, here we were having two functions. One is the print those details, and the other one is reading that detail from the user. Okay, these are the two things you need to do as functions, and the variables are USN, name, program, and phone number. Can you do this program? You tell me what I should write. Accordingly, I will write. If some problems are there, I will tell you what is wrong in that. Otherwise, you tell me the program, I will write. Okay, start. Which USN onwards this is starting? B3.
Class.
Okay, class. Either all of you together should tell, otherwise I will call the USN. You can decide what to do. Okay, class. So,
Student.
class student. Then, okay, class student, opening bracket and closing bracket. So, whatever I am writing, that should be inside the class. And we have to define the variables. What all are the variables they were telling? USN.
USN.
So, how can I declare those variables?
student
No, variable names and its type you need. So, now you are having the branch. String and. Very good. Okay, so what is the data type we need to mention? So, string USN. Next, next one, string name, then in phone number or long phone number. Okay, like that, whatever be the variables are there that you need to write. Then, so all the four variables you need to write over here that are the member variables of the class. And as I mentioned you have to write two functions. What are the functions you need to write? One is reading the input from the user and another one is for printing the details of that particular student. So I am just writing two functions. One is read. Inside that even I can transfer the parameter from the main, or inside the read itself I can read the value from the user. That is your choice what way you are writing the code. So read is one function. Either from the main you can read these details and you can transfer as input parameter to the read function, or what you can do is you can create an object there, or objects itself can transfer to this function, or inside this function itself you can read it. So whichever the option you are doing, that is your choice. You can decide what to do. Okay. So as of now I just wrote void read. That means I am trying to read the details from the user, reading the details from the user, and attaching with these variables for the corresponding object. That is the action I should do in the read function. And then I will be having a display function, void display. Inside that, what should I do? Inside the display function I have to print the details of
Student.
each student. That means each object. Okay, so these the member variables and member functions over here, and one more function is there that is common to all, that is main function. So I am just writing that over here. That should come inside this class because everything should be inside the class. So I am writing public static void main. Inside that, whatever is
Public
required, you
static
write
void
it.
main string x.
Okay, whatever is required, you write over there. Then after that, you need to create the objects of end student object. How can I create an object for the student class? How, how can I create an object for the student class? Pranjali,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me, how can I create an object for the student?
Student S square bracket is equal to new student.
Student S square bracket is equal to new student. What is this statement is doing?
It creates an array object.
New student, this much only, or any
New
bracket?
student square bracket size.
What is this statement is doing?
It creates an array of size 20.
That is correct. What should be the content of each location?
It will be an object.
Object of type student.
Student.
Very good. So after that, in each location you should put the objects. So for that, what you can do? Again, inside a for loop, you can do the operation for I equal to 0, I less than n students are there, that is our assumption. So inside that you can write the statement like student S was the array you are having, so S of I is equal to, there you need to create the object, that is new student functional bracket semicolon. That was the default constructor we are called. So it means in each of the location you are creating an object, and that object is putting in the location S of I. Okay. Now I can call this read and display operation. Again, one more for loop I can write for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Inside that, what you can do? What you can do is, you for every object, now all the objects you are storing over here in the array. Your first object has kept over here, second one, third one, and fourth one, like this. So now you need to call the functions read and display. So how can you read that function? What is the name of the first object? The array name is S. So what is the name of the first object?
Student 1.
S of 0. S of 0 is the first object, correct? That was pointing to the first object. Then S of 1 will be pointing to the second object, correct? So what we can do? Each object, the value you need to read and you have to display. So what you can do is S of I Because inside the for loop, you can call the read function. So it will read the value from the user, and similarly s of I dot display, that will display the detail of the one student. So I will be 0 in the first iteration. So s of 0 dot read and s of 0 dot display will happen. That means one student details as read and it will be displaying. Then s of 1 read and s of 1 display will happen. That means the second student details would be reading and displaying. This is all together that program. I will show it in code. Okay, so this is the student class you are having. You can see we have imported the scanner class. What was the use of the scanner class? Why did you import the scanner class over here?
To take the input.
Ah, for taking the input, we were using a function called the next int or next floor what next function or next line function that was taken from the scanner class. So we have to import that corresponding package. So corresponding class scanner is a class which was present in the java.util package. So the package we have created by default, at least I am assuming that last lab at least one or two programs you have done. So we'll be starting with a class name was student, and these all are the member variables we have defined. And then these are the functions we are having. One is the insert record and another one is display record. And we are having the main function. So inside the main function, we are creating an array called the student S. S is the array name we are having. So after that, we are reading the input from the user. So for that, we need scanner class. So scanner class object is created. After that, enter the number of students. How many number of students are present, that details will be reading. And in n is equal to se dot next int. So se dot next int is indicating like the integer value will be reading from the user, and then we will be having creating the student object and placing it in array. So it is like for I equal to 0, I less than n I plus plus. So it means that S of I is equal to new student. So what is happening here? In each of the array location, we are keeping the object. How can I create the object? New class name, functional bracket open and closing. So this will create an object. So once this statement is executing, that means one object has created, that will be keeping in S of I location, where S of I is a student object array. So inside that each object will be storing. Now inside the function you can see again inside the for loop, for all n student details it was trying to read. So what all are the details we need to collect from the user? Their USN, name, branch and phone number will be collecting through the function se.next, where se is the object of the scanner class what we have created. You can see here. Where is it? This one. Okay. So SE is the scanner class object. So with that, it was collecting the details from the user and it is assigning to the branch variable. Okay. Once it was done, it is calling s of j dot insert record these values. So what is happening in s of j dot insert record? Insert record is the function we have defined over here. And when I was mentioning the previous example, we were having the functions which will be common for all objects. So which related to which function we are calling? We were having a black dog, white dog and a brown dog in the previous class example. If I am telling like the dog is sleeping, which dog also I should mention. In the similar case here also, S of j dot insert record was implemented. So it was mentioning like in the initial case S of j will be 0, that is S of 0 dot insert record will be doing. That means the first object details will be recorded. And then S of one dot insert record will be happening. That means if I am having two objects, the second object details is also reading and inserting. Now we'll go to that function. What is happening in the insert record? We have read the values USN name, branch and phone number from the user inside the main itself, and those values will be transferring to the function insert record. Go to the insert record function. You can see what is happening in that. So this is the function you are having. You can see the whatever the value you have transferred from there will be accepting over here like input parameter, and that will be assigning to the member variables of the class. Which are the member variables of the class? USN, name, branch and phone number are the member variables of the class. Along with that member variables, the value will be assigning. Okay, so that is happening in the insert record. So for that particular object, that the USN is this, the name is this, the branch is this, and phone number is this. So that values we have assigned. When the second time this object is calling, then that time it is S of one dot insert record will be happening. That is representing the second object. So for the second object, USN name, branch, and phone number we are keeping it. Okay, so similar case for the display function also. What we are doing, just for all the n objects, s of m dot display record is calling. Here m variable will be changing from 0 to n. So for when m is equal to 0, s of 0 dot display record will be happening. When m is equal to 1, the second details of the object will be displaying like that. So what is happening in the display record function? We'll see here what is happening. Just the input information will be outputting. Whichever object is calling, that object's USN value, name, branch and phone number will be displaying. Already I have mentioned for what is plus symbol. It was for the string concatenating. So USN value, after that it was tab space is giving. After that again names will be coming. After that again two tab space. So that will come all together. So that's why for the string concatenation we are putting the plus symbol. Okay. So this is all about the first program what we were having, the student.java. If any doubt related to this program, you can ask me. You don't think which part, if I want to project it, you can ask me. Otherwise, if you don't have any doubt, we will move to the next program.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You don't worry about other people what you we were thinking about you. If you have doubt related to this program, you can ask me.
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am? Excuse me.
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Tell me.
For the in the main program,
Hmm.
we can just use I for everything, right? Why are we using I, J, and M for like each for loop?
You can use any variable. It was just for distinguishing the different one. You can even use the same variable because this
Okay.
loop was just for you can use I here. It will work. Even the same I you can use down also, no problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ah, tell me,
Ma'am,
Ritika.
for the inputs of the different, like US and name and branch, we can take it in the function also, right?
Yes, you can use it in the
Necessary to
function
take it
also.
in. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay.
And it is not mandatory that you have to collect from the main. You can take it from the function also.
So we
Okay.
just have to write a for loop in the main and keep calling it every time.
That's what. That's all. That is also enough. When I was writing the program in the by our own program when we were writing, actually I was written like that. I was telling you inside the function we will be reading the data corresponding to that particular object. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is not
Yes, ma'am.
mandatory
Okay.
to collect it from main and to transfer to the function. You can even collect the details from the function itself.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. If no doubt means we'll move to the next one. Can you tell me how can I write the code for that? I think I have projected the question. Once again, I will show you. Okay, this is the second question. Write a Java program to implement the stack. So you need to implement the stack operation. What is the speciality of stack data structure?
Push and pop.
That are the operations are performing in that. What is
Push
what
operation.
how the data entry and data can be taken from the stack.
Last and first out.
Payment.
Yeah, last in first out. So whichever the data item you are putting in the stack last, that item will be taken first. Okay, so that is the property of the stack data structure. So as you know, it will have the functions like push and pop. So that are the major function, and display function is just to indicate that what is the current status of the stack and demonstrate its working. That was the question. So you can do this program without even my help. I think if you understand the previous class concept, without my help itself, you can write this complete program. Okay, so please start telling me how can I write the implement the stack operation. One more thing you need to remember that the syntax of Java is almost similar to most of the cases of C programming language. So whatever the code you have written for C, in the few changes already I have mentioned how can you create an array and all, and other changes will be almost similar like C programming, like if conditional statement, for loop, all those syntax, and every statement should end up with a semicolon. All those basic things will be coming similar to C. And so those part, so the code inside the push operation, pop operation, and will be similar to your C code what you have written in your data structure programming, the similar way. But this thing we are implementing using an object oriented concept. That was the only difference you were having. So please tell me how can I write the stack operation in Java. Okay, so how can I start the first statement? Tell me.
Class tagma.
Ritik started typing. Class tag. Okay. Uh, Class tag, then the opening bracket and closing bracket. Everything you need to write inside that. Now you have to decide which all are the member variables you have to define and which all are the functions you have to design. Because for every class we were having the same. So tell me which all are the variables we are worried for the stack implementation. For the stack implementation, which all are the variables we want to worry and which all are the functions you need to worry. So tell me which all are the variables involved in the stack operation. Push pop display, yeah, that part already in the question itself was given, like functions are push pop and display, so we can't change anything on that. Other than that, which all are the variables we need to worry?
Top and maximum size.
Top, maximum size, and an array, correct? So
Yes,
as
ma'am.
you know, the stack can be implemented in two different ways. One is using linked list and another one is using array. So for the simplicity, we are implementing the same using an array data structure. So we need an array, that is one member I need, that is an array. As of now, we are thinking only about integer array, as we were trying to implement it in the integer array. So we need an integer array as one variable, and one more, as you mentioned, it is a top variable. Any variable name you can give it. So top is already familiar one, so I am also writing the same. So top will be initialized with the -1 value. If you want to fix the size of the stack, that means how many elements you can put inside the array. If you want to specify the maximum size, you can mention the maximum size also. That is your choice. So as of now, I am just writing two variables. One is the array and another one is top variable. That is the minimum requirement, and maximum size I am hard coding with some value. You can put it as also one more variable, and you can keep any value for the maximum variable, maximum size of the stack. Okay. So I am just writing it. Anyway, it is integer value only accepting. So I am just writing into top is equal to -1. That is the initialization. Then also I am having an array. How can I create an integer array within name S? Tell me the syntax. Tell me the syntax. How can I create an integer array? Ah, new in the size. Ritik is active now. So int the array name is S. So the data type array name is equal to new int, then the maximum size I can keep over here. So done. So data part over. Then as you mentioned, three functions, push, pop and display. So it is like void, uh, push. So inside the push operation, what is the value we were having? So I am just writing int p. I am not writing any code inside the push operation. You write the code what is required in the push operation. Then similarly, what is the next function is pop operation. So in pop operation, what is happening? The data item will be taken from the stack and writing taking it back to some of the location. So I am writing it as integer value will be returning from the function. So I am just writing return type as int pop inside that. So this is my second function. And as you know, we were having one more function that is int display. Int display. So this is the three functions we were having. So push, pop and display are the functions. So tell me what is the code I should write inside the push operation. So the array name is yes, somebody is writing. Check overflow, then S plus plus. Done. So before pushing it into the stack, you have to check whether the stack is already full or not. If stack is full, then you can't push one more item to the stack. So that part you need to check whether it is overflow or not. Then if it is not overflowing, that means still vacant locations are present. How can you check the overflow condition? Here I have kept the maximum size as 20. So the top should be maximum max minus 1, that is top should have the value maximum 19. So if this is the case, you can tell the overflow is happening. Otherwise, if any other value lesser than 19, you can tell like the stack has still vacant location. In that case, what you can do is initially the top variable was having the value -1. So what to do? First, before inserting the item, you keep the value as 0. So for that, you need to do top plus plus. So it means the top value is increasing. Now the current top is 0. So into the top, you can insert the value, whatever the value you are coming. So which value is coming to the function, that is p as the integer. So p will be assigning over here. So this is the code for the push operation. Then coming to the pop operation, what is the code I can write for the pop operation? Before taking an item, before taking the item from the stack, I should check whether the stack is already empty or not. How can I check whether the stack is empty or not?
If top is -1.
Top is equal to -1. If top is equal to -1 is indicating like your stack is already empty. You can't take an item from the stack. Otherwise, otherwise what you can do is, so if already one item you have inserted 10, one more item has inserted 20. So current top is having the value as 1. If you want to take the value 20 from the stack, what all are the things you should do? You are keeping it in a variable int k is equal to s of top. So the current top value will be storing in a variable k. That means 20 will be storing in k. After that, the top value you have to reduce by 1. So top minus minus should do. So it means that the top value will be deducted by 1. So from 1, the top will be moving back to 0. So current 20 will be removing from that location, and the top will be, so again the function is returning an integer value, so you can write the statement like return k. So k is the value which was holding 20, which was the s of top value, then top has deducted by 1, then return k. Okay, so that will be related to the pop function. Now related to the display function, the current status of the stack you need to display. The current status of the stack you need to display. How can I write the code for the display? Tell me, how can I write the code for the display? So this is my stack 10, 20, 30.
Using for loop.
Using for loop. From where to where?
Top to 0.
Top to 0. So currently the top value will be in this case, this much will be the top value. You know the content will be starting from 0. So inside the for loop, you can tell from top to 0, you can print the value of s of I. So that will be the display function content. Okay. So as you know, now we have written the member variables part here, and the member functions, the three functions what was mentioned in the question has also written. And now you need to, your thing is very simple. You have to write the main, create an object of the stack class, call these functions and do the operation. Done. So tell me what I can write in the display, sorry, in the main. So this part I am just removing. All of you know what should write in the push pop operation. At least I am sure that all of you have studied that part in the last semester, in the data structure class. Minimum requirement. Okay. So when I am coming to the public static void main, what are the things I should do? As I mentioned, my sorry, my intention is I should create an object of this class and call the functions one by one. How can I create an object of the stack class? How can I create the object of the stack class? How can I create an object of stack class? Only he has answer. What about other people? Only Ritika and Puneet, tell me. How can I create an object of the class with name stack? Puneet?
I'm typing stack object name equals new stack size.
Okay, watching movie also, I think, at the same time.
It's in the background.
Okay. Stack s is equal to, so stack is the class name what we were having. Again, it is case sensitive. If I am writing all small letters here, you also write all small letters here. Stack object name, I am just writing it as ob object name is equal to new stack. So this is the function I am having. Then with respect to this object, I should call all the functions. So what I can do, I can just write ob dot push value 1. So it means 10. I will be writing pushing the value of 10. Then ob dot push
Pop.
push 20. So again 20 was pushed. Okay, I can just call ob dot pop. So as this function is returning some value of integer type, you need to keep an integer for storing it. I am just keeping int p is equal to ob.pop. So it means that whatever the value coming from there will be storing in p, and you can print the value s of p system.out.println. The p value you can print after that. So again, I am just writing ob.push 30 and ob.display. What will be the content of the stack when I am displaying this data? The current stack, if I am displaying using ob.display, what will be the content in the stack if I am executing this code? Rahul Casey, tell me
Yes, ma'am.
what will be the content of the stack if I am calling these functions in this order?
For display, it'll be
Ah,
10
ob
and it'll be 30 and 10.
Very good. 30 and 10 will be the value we will be displaying. Very good. Okay. So that's all about this stack operation. So the code in the remaining time you can execute it and you can display the same, and you can submit the screenshot of your program, and the screenshot means the output screenshot you can submit in the Google Classroom. I will post an assignment now in the Google Classroom. So the same thing you can submit. 1 week time will be providing. So before that you can submit it. What was that? It was stack operation, I think. Okay, you can see here the variables has displayed over here. See, you know why we have imported the scanner class. The class is stack. Inside that, we have kept a final variable. What is the use of this final variable? You have studied about a constant variable in C programming. So it means that the value won't change. In the same way, here we are using the variable called final. It indicates that it is a final variable. So means the variable is it's a constant. Its value won't change. So maximum size is a fixed value, and it is with the value 100. So you can't edit this value. If you are trying to edit, that will make an error. Okay. So coming into the function, you can see the details. You can see the functions, push function. Inside that we are checking whether the stack overflow is happening or not, or else the item will be inserting. And the second category is pop operation is performing. So we are checking the underflow condition or the stack is empty or not. If not, we are inserting the item. Otherwise display, before displaying also checking whether the stack is empty or not. Otherwise the data items will be displaying. Okay. Then coming into the main program, you can see here we have created our object. The stack m is equal to new stack. So that was the object we were created. Then the functions will be calling one by one. Like you go through the code, you can see the functions whatever we have written over here. So this is one function where inside the inside the first switch case we were calling a push function, push the element. So this was kept little more user friendly format. Already all of you are familiar with the switch case and how can you create a menu driven program. So that was you have studied in the basic C programming class as well as the data structure. All programs we were written the same code. And when it comes to the pop function, so this was the pop code we were having. You can see m.pop function. And when it is coming to the display, it was showing the display function like m.display. So all the four cases the function is displaying, and we were having a menu like enter the elements to be displaying. So those elements will be reading and displaying. That's all the end of the function. Okay, and just run this You can see the program to perform the stack operation. Enter one, push, pop, display. These are the actions. So I am just writing the choice as one. The data item has entered as 1, so it means I should insert a value. So I am just inserting 45 as my value. Then one more item I am planning to insert, so again 1 I have given, so I am giving 55. Again the choice, it is asking me to insert one more item, so I am just inserting one more item with 65 as its value. So I am popping an item, or before popping the item I am just displaying what is the current status. It was showing 45, 55, 65 as the entries. So after that I am planning to pop out one element from the stack. So I got the top element, that is 65 will be taken out from the stack. And currently again I am want to see what is the current status of the stack. So you can see the same details like 45 and 55, that was the left out items in the stack. So you can see those items are there. Okay, so that's all about the program. If you have any doubt related to the stack operation, you can ask me now. Related to both the program, if you have any doubt, you please ask me. All of you just wait, I will conduct a quiz. The link will be sharing in the chat box. Please wait. Okay, the link is posted in the chat box. All of you can answer it. You take one full day for answering it. The last two questions are little tricky. I'm suggesting you to run this before answering to that question. Okay. I will post this live recordings of last two classes in the Google Classroom. And also the assignment question, like the program as a quiz assignment I will submit in the and allot in the Google Classroom, so that you can take the screenshot of the program as well as the program code you can upload in the drive. Okay? Google Classroom will have some test. Okay, so that part is pending. I will do it. So only 1 week time. Before that, please try to finish it. If you are submitting late, I will be giving directly 0 mark. I'm considering all constraints. That's why I'm giving 1 week of time. Before coming to the next this particular lab, please make sure that all of you have submitted the code. So if you are submitting on time, I'm will go through the code and accordingly I will evaluate. If you are submitting late, directly the mark will be 0. Okay. Can go through the questions what I have posted in the Google form. Rambabu sir. Are you there? Are you there in the meeting? I didn't. What was the question? 1 minute. Ma'am, should we type and execute the code using Eclipse only? You can use any IDE. It's not mandatory that you have to use only Eclipse. You can use any IDE. You need to execute the programs, and code as well as the screenshot of the output is required for our purpose. Okay. So again, what to do, that is your choice, which IDE you are using. Already I have shown you 2 IDEs. So whichever you want, you can use it. No problem. Okay, we'll take the attendance. Just wait 2-3 minutes. Anything else? Any confusion? You can ask me now.
Ma'am, through mobile we can execute.
Yeah, whichever platform which is comfortable for you, you can do it. Things
Okay,
should be
ma'am.
done. Okay. This is B3. Any other doubt or confusion? If you are having, you can ask me related to subject or related to the assignment, whatever it is. Okay, you said 104, Prajwal. Answer your attendance. Prajwal. Absent. Prakar. 105. Absent. Pranjal.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Pranjali.
Present, ma'am.
Pradmesh.
Present, ma'am.
109. I have seen he was
Ma'am,
joined
he's
in
there,
between.
ma'am.
Okay. Puneet.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 111.
Present,
Surab.
ma'am.
Okay. 112. Absent. Uh, what is his plan? Last semester also he was not having average. Rahul Kesi.
Present, ma'am.
Rahul Rai. Rahul SM. Rahul Vinayak.
Present, ma'am.
Rishabh. Rishabh Singh. Ritik.
Present, ma'am.
Ritika. Rohit.
Present, ma'am.
Rohit. Ronald. Rupashree.
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Asta.
Present, ma'am.
Jitesh. Aditi. Ramya.
Yes, ma'am.
Aditi is there? Okay. Varadendra.
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Ah,
My name is not there, ma'am. Krupa Sagar.
what is your
Ma'am,
name?
even my name, ma'am.
Akshaya.
Yeah,
Yes,
Krupa
ma'am.
Sagar. My name is Gautam.
Akshaya. Whether you are branch change students or regular
ma'am.
students?
Branch change.
Yes, ma'am. Branch change.
Give me 1 minute. What is your name?
Krupa
Akshaya,
Sagar,
ma'am.
Akshaya. Okay, B Akshaya 187. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, 1 minute.
Krupa
I will
Sagar
make a note
185,
of.
ma'am.
I will make a note of it. Please wait. 187 and
Krupa Sagar 185, ma'am.
180.
5.
Okay.
185. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I will report it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. If you don't have any doubt, you can leave the meeting. Please try to finish it today itself so that it won't be a pending one for you also. I will post the assignment now itself. You can post it now. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tell me what happened.
For fourth and fifth question, should we write the answer or?
You can write the answer.
Okay, ma'am.
What will be the value you can write. If
Okay,
it is error, you can write error. If it is the value is printing, that value exactly you can write. Not
okay,
the complete program output, you just write the value.
okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.